Great crowd. It's interesting. These 6 o'clock tips have me worried sometimes because at first serve it's a little bit sparse, but everybody's getting off work and getting in here, and boy, you look up all of a sudden there's a great crowd in Diddle Arena for volleyball again. So great atmosphere. Really appreciate everybody. Need everybody back out here tomorrow with your football ticket in your hand, and you get in free for our game tomorrow. So make us part of your tailgating festivities, and and we'll play this Marshall team again. They're a veteran team. I thought we controlled the match early on, but then, as happens in our sport a lot, we kind of let them breathe life into them a little bit in that third set, and then had to dig our way back out of it, but our kids were able to do that. So glad to get the win, ready to move on till tomorrow. Questions?
So starting off conference though this week today, do you think these results affect the team's mentality going on into tomorrow but the entire season?
Do I think today's results impact? No, I think the challenge in conference play, especially when you're playing these back-to-backs, is regardless of result, you got to flush it and move on to the next one. And it's just a continuation. And I love the energy that our team came out with. To be honest, in that third set, a lot of times you have a letdown in that third set. I didn't necessarily think we let down from an energy standpoint or anything like that. I think we just started playing bad volleyball, and it really hurt us. But I'm glad to get the win. Anytime you can win in this league, you take it, you move on to the next day. Lots of challenges ahead of us. So,
regarding that third set, what do you think the main factor was in falling behind and coming back to the second?
Well, we made some really uncharacteristic offensive mistakes, and then quite frankly, we couldn't get them stopped. They really hurt us out of the middle of the court. That's not something that should have happened. Our middles didn't follow our game plan very well, but it did. And, I'm certain that's something we'll see a good dose of tomorrow until we prove that we can do a better job with it. But hung in there, climbed back in it. Again, great serving run by Ashley Hood, as seems to be the case with her a lot of times, and some big swings by Katie Howard at the end to get us over the hump.
So Katie Howard and Kelsey Bringers both got a lot of playing time tonight. So what did you see from those two players? And also, what were you talking to Kelsey about on the?
Well, Kelsey played very much like the freshman that she is tonight. That's the ups and downs of being a freshman in college volleyball. And she was searching a little bit. She got frustrated. And when you get frustrated, the experienced way to handle things when you get frustrated is to refocus on being technically sound. And Kelsey kind of started thinking about a bunch of things that just cloud her. You know what I mean? And so she needs to calm down and just get back to doing the things that we all know that she can do. But she struggled in serve receive tonight, and she gives us such a defensive lift. We love having her on the floor, but she's got to handle that piece of the game too. And tonight she wasn't great at it.
Is there anything that's going to change tomorrow within the lineup or just the style of play?
I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. I got great faith in the kids that we have. I'd say we'll start the same tomorrow, but at any point, I'm ready to go in any direction. We made a ton of changes last weekend in our tournament. I'm so confident, so deep in this roster that if anybody's struggling for too long, you pull them out of a match not as punishment, but because you have another good option, and that's a really, really nice luxury for our program to have right now. And so, it'll all be dependent on how the flow of the game goes. We'll start the same and see how it goes from there.
So last question I have for you. Just in general, what would you like to see less or more of tomorrow?
Less unforced errors, for sure. I think we had way too many unforced errors on our side. Uncharacteristic match from Lauren Matthews. Again, she's another kid that I thought got frustrated and started doing some things that aren't going to lead to her being successful. And, we just got to reset. I always kind of like it when Lauren Matthews struggles a little bit, because that usually means the next day is going to be a pretty fun one to watch.
That's all I have.
Coach, we really tore it up in the service line tonight. I think we had 6 aces in the first set alone. Is that something that you kind of expected after what you saw in practice this week, or?
Well, it's been what we've been striving for. When we have matches and stretches of matches where we're really, really good, you look at the serving numbers and they're very good up and down our lineup. It's pressure one. A lot of teams have one or two kids that can really serve, and on the opposing side, you feel like if you can get through those kids, that you can make a run for a little while. And when we're all doing what we're supposed to be doing, there's pressure every time somebody goes back. And tonight was one of those nights. nights, and I thought, again, I thought it kept Marshall from hurting us more in the middle, because had they handled the ball better, they would have probably hurt us even more in the middle. Thank you, guys.